Hey class 2, for your English lesson today you are going to be planning your adventure story. You're not going to be writing the whole story, you're going to be planning for writing your own adventure story. So I've made it a little bit easier for you today because I've already given you a beginning and a build up to your adventure story. I've done the first two parts. It's just your job to finish it off by yourself and to come up with your own problem or dilemma, your own resolution and your own ending to the story. I'm going to start today's lesson by reading you the beginning and the build up of our story. It was just another normal day. The noise from the building site next door rumbled on, and the dust from the diggers floated through my dirty windows. I was just dozing off in my comfy old armchair when there was a loud knock at the door. So I walked slowly across the lounge to see who it was, smiling at Ellie's beautiful photograph on the way. As I opened the door, a tall lady with a suntan and freckles on her face reached out and took my hand with a strong, firm shake. She was wearing a large adventurer's hat with an unusual feather sticking out of it and the most enormous compass hanging around her neck. Beatrice L. Brave. Oh, gosh, I keep doing that. Beatrice T. Brave. But you can call me B, barked the stranger very loudly. Eventually, I realized that this was the person who had answered my advertisement for my job advert for my adventure to Paradise Falls. Come in, I replied happily, because my companion was finally here. I'll show you around. B knew all about blimps and helium balloons, map reading and airships, so next to no time we were off. Together we pulled the strings and released the colourful balloons into the vast blue sky. So, you're in your house. You are Carl. Remember, you guys are Carl. You're in your house. A stranger comes in. It's the person who's answered your job advertisement. And you've just released the balloons, so your house is going to start floating up. Your next job is to think of a problem or a dilemma. So your dilemma might be, after you float up into the sky, and you're already up in the air, you realise, oh gosh, I've forgotten my map. Or maybe you realise your steering wheel is broken. Or perhaps you encounter a tornado. Or perhaps one of you gets sick. Or perhaps there's a gigantic storm and there's lightning everywhere and loads of thunder and it's really horrible and scary. Or perhaps there's a seagull who starts coming and popping all of your balloons so the house starts sinking again. What is going to happen? You don't have to use one of those examples of the problems. You guys could come up with your own problem if you want to. If you want to go weird and wonderful, like I know Raphael will, then perhaps you could have like an alien spaceship coming and stealing you away or something else. I don't know. Raph, I saw your job advert. And yours was all about someone going on an adventure in space. So perhaps you want to get stolen by an alien spaceship. Who knows? After you're done with that, you need to then come up with an idea for your resolution. So how are you and your companion going to get out of your emergency and solve the problem? What do you have to do to get out of it? Is anyone going to get hurt? What kind of kit do you need to use from your rucksack to help you get saved? And finally, you need to bring it to an end. You need to bring it to a close. So perhaps your story ends with everyone back on the ground and everyone's safe and fine. Perhaps it ends back in the same place it started in. Perhaps you could explain how your companion, how Beatrice feels at the end of the story. Who knows? But you need to end it and it needs to sound like a finished story. Okay, I provided you with some planning sheets. You can pick one out of, I think, 3. So I've got a story mountain, which you could potentially use, or I've got a story map, which you could use, or I've got a story planning grid, a story grid, which you could use. You could use any of those 3 things. Remember, class 2, it's just a sentence or maybe 2 sentences for each box in your plan, because I really want you to prepare yourself for writing your actual story on Monday morning. Okay, so today you just need to get all of your ideas gathered up together. You need to get all of your adventurous vocabulary written down. You need to, let me see what else you need to do. I think that's it. I think that's all you need to do today. Let me just check. Hold on 1 second. Okay, more than 1 second. Okay, maybe 2 seconds. Fine. Okay, so you need to record your plan. Oh yeah, adventurous vocabulary. That's it. Sorry. Have fun and make sure your stories are super out of the box. I want them to be weird and wonderful.